call first the panelists for the next panel on designing digital infrastructure and outlining the roadmap in the new education model. The panelists are Professor Ravindra Kumar Sinha, VC Gautam Buddha University. Can we have Professor Ravindra Kumar Sinha? Next, Professor Lalit Aggarwal, Vice President, MERI Group of Institutions. The moderator, Dr. Pankaj Kumar Mishra, to take over the proceedings.
Before we move ahead with this panel discussion, I would like to call on stage Dr. Gurbir Khera of Fostima Business School to join this session as one of the panelists. We welcome you on the stage. Handing over to the panelist, to the moderator of this session, Pankaj Kumar Mishra, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Welcome, sir. Great day, wonderful beginning. Thanks to APAC News for inviting all of us. Hope I am audible? Right. और आज के दिन के बारे में बात करें कि कितना महत्वपूर्ण दिन और ऐसे दिन को आपने इस मंथन के लिए चुना. That is to on the very important subject like NAP, digitalization and technical upgradations of the various universities. आज इतना महत्वपूर्ण दिन अक्षय तृतीया, श्री परशुराम भगवान जो विष्णु भगवान के 6वें अवतार थे उनका जन्म दिवस. और कहते हैं ना कि द्वंद्व कब तक पाला जाए और रण कब तक संभाला जाए, तो भी है राणा का वंशज फेंक जहाँ तक भाला जाए. श्री महाराणा प्रताप जी का जन्म दिवस ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण दिन पर जहाँ भागीरथी के प्रयास से गंगा का आगमन इस दिन पर हुआ, उस दिन पर इस इवेंट की कल्पना करना अपने आप में गर्व की बात है. समय थोड़ा सा कम है, इसलिए मैं जल्दी से अपना पैनल डिस्कशन के टॉपिक में डायरेक्टली आता हूँ. जो आज हमें टॉपिक दिया गया है डिजिटाइजेशंस और डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज़, NAPs पे कैसे काम कर रही हैं, टेक्निकल जो चीज़ें हैं हमारी, उन सबको हम कैसे अडॉप्ट करते हैं, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ कैसे उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर पाएंगी, इस पर हम मंथन करना चाहेंगे. और मैं बिल्कुल भी समय नहीं लेते हुए हमारे एक्सपर्ट पैनलिस्ट से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा. सबसे पहला प्रश्न मैं प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर गुरबीर एस खेरा जी से बात करना चाहूँगा, हु इज़ डायरेक्टर टू फोस्टिमा बिजनेस स्कूल. Sir, how is Fostima Business School leveraging digital technologies to effectively deploy the national education policy?
Okay, good morning to all and thanks.
You can take mic also.
APAC Global Education Skills.
Sir, please take mic. All right, please take mic.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes.
और मेरा अब वॉइस हुआ है, कोई एनहांस हुआ है कि पहले जितना ही आ रहा है शायद?
Anybody else?
Anybody who can help me out?
No, it's
Hello?
okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
The mic is for the cameraman only.
Okay. Right. I'm Dr. Gurbir Khera. I've been part of a lot of universities. I was a founder faculty with Amity, and even I was part of KK Modi's, which were when they were in India. They started the first American university in India. Then I was part of KR Mangalam University and many other universities. Finally, I'm at Fostima Business School. I'm not a decision maker like others sitting next to me, Vice-Chancellors and all. I'm a simple educator. I take a lot of finance classes, and at times I'm a bit of a Tedx speaker also. So this new education policy, as Sandeep Madhwaji was also mentioning, I was there also for some time, and not promoting other institutions. So since the kind of a wavering experience I have, I think I learned a lot. Already, when I was teaching in the classes, I was very creative. I used to do my own stuff. I still remember in 2006, if I can recall, I bought a first iPod, 80 GB, if anybody can recall, when MacBook, this iPhones were not there. I used to use because we were given a lot of facilities and tools by KK Modi Group, Charu Modi, which was headed by a different name at that moment. So we were already doing a lot of stuff, but now that times are very different, we got to be a co-learners in the sense that even learners, students in the classes, me as a faculty or team as educators and regulators, we all have to coexist now. We can't be a curriculum-driven system now. We have that, as the past participants already mentioned, and they already set the right context. We got to be very student-centric and change-driven. If we don't change, I think all business schools will be only brick and mortar. because everything is there in Zoom. Everything now, open source, MOOC, Swayam, lot of stuff is there, which even 20-30% we can give credits. In our institution, because you see Fostima, it's a very smart acronym. They were the people who passed down in 71 and 73 from IIM Ahmedabad. They're all educators and they think very differently. We don't claim to have a very huge infrastructure, but we give students a very different kind of a feel. From day one, we all are so empowered. And if I see my own chairman, Dr. Anil Somani, if I'm pronouncing his name right, we are putting a lot of technologies there. We give an absolutely free hand to students, which is very important. And it is all common sense. And we give a lot of empowerment to our faculty. I am very empowered. I am there as an adjunct professor. If I want, I can go 7 days a week. If I want, I can go minimum 3 days a week. The kind of facility they are giving us so that we can also contribute better. So I think we are doing everything. I can't take so much time. Time is really less. Thanks. And it is a wild card entry, and thanks for welcoming me here, certainly.
Right, sir.
Thank you.
Really wonderful initiatives taken by you, sir. Next, I'll go to Lalit Aggarwal, sir, who's the Vice President to MERI Group of Institution. Sir, very specific, in a couple of lines, like, could you please elaborate on the parameters considered for budgetary allocation towards digital infrastructure deployment at MERI Group of Institution? Because at the end of the day, we all are the private institution and we have to, earn whatever the penny we are going to expend. So how you are managing all this, sir?
You see, we all know that digital thing is here and digitization of education has to be done at all levels. So as far as the budgetary things are concerned, at least in our organization, we have not limited it to any level. Whenever we need it and whatever we need to do it, the first priority is given to the IT infrastructure rather than any other brick and mortar infrastructure. Secondly, you see, at the same time these days we have the SAS system, the software as a service system, the cloud systems are also available, which has actually reduced the cost also to a larger extent. We being Delhi and NCR have a bit fortunate enough that the backbone of the net and other bandwidths are good in this part of the country, and hence we are very, very comfortable in that thing. But as far as the budgetary, I would suggest that first priority has to be to the digital infrastructure than to any brick and mortar. And I believe that as far as education is concerned, we must see that the education has to be delivered in a hybrid mode rather than the complete digital mode. We have around 30 international collaborations and we do a lot of digital and international programs with our member and partner universities all around the world. And our digital infrastructure is excellent. Whatever budget, like for the last 1 year, if I have to say, I think we must have spent more than 5 crore rupees only on the digital infrastructure building. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Great initiatives. As you rightly mentioned that this part is, blessed with a very good connectivity. And India is again a very blessed with the data. What I have, just want to share you that 6.70 rupees per GB in, data cost is the, average cost 6 rupees 70 paisa in India, which is cheaper across the world. And India is using the internet like anything. And we have been, highest consumer of the internet. That is what 13.65 GB per month per user, that kind of consumption, which is far away than the USA, other developed country, China, and other countries as well. So that's fantastic thing you have mentioned, sir. Now I'm going to Dr. Vikas Dhawan. First of all, let me congratulate you, sir, for taking a lead of the new dimensions as a Director General of the IMS Group of Institution in Noida and Dehradun. And post, running the successful stories of the Chandigarh University and then SGT University, what is just completed the NAC A grade accreditation also with your leadership, sir. How you are taking this IMS Dehradun allocates budget for the deployment of digital infrastructures to support the objective of new education model and implementation of new education policy. As an institution, what are the challenges you have? We want to understand, but again, the limitation of time. Thank you, sir.
So first of all, my greetings to the August gathering on and off the dais. Let me throw some light over the digitalization of education, and if we are really in a mode to implement the new education policy with all the multidisciplinary subjects coming in. I think not only my institution, but every institution has to rope in budget for the digital infrastructure. So let us discuss it in a generic term, because if I talk about my institution, it is not about my institution, it is about our institutions. Because when you talk about multidisciplinary education, a student may come up with a subject that he wants to learn music. Some may opt for dance, or some medical student will say, I will love to learn poetry at the same time. So any institution in the country won't be able to, suffice to the conditions that they won't be able to employ so many professors or lecturers that every subject in the book can be offered. I must add to what Dr. Pankaj said, that India is having the largest network of internet across the globe. That is why we are able to supply this internet at a very minimal cost. It is every town, every city is well connected. Now we cannot, say and just say that we are not having internet facilities in remote corners. So if we want to have education for every child or every man employed or deployed anywhere, internet is one of the resources that you use, plus the digital infrastructure is there that institutions have to build. I think my friend, this Karan, who was giving a presentation, lovely presentation for his, institution, giving that digital education. If you could see that classroom, there was a board at the back where the students online connected could be visible, as well as the students in the class are there. I built these classrooms 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I had built these classrooms in SGT University, and we spent around 6 crores of rupees to build this infrastructure, with having almost 76 classrooms, which is a hybrid, which we used to call top-class digital infrastructured classrooms. The cameras were IP controlled. The camera could be controlled across the globe. Anywhere, if you have an internet supply, you could control the camera of that class and access that classroom from anywhere. So the point is that, the guy, whatever he was showing, that these things have to be there with every institution, because time has come when students won't come to your institutions. Normally, if you talk about history or maybe geography and I'm not against professors who are teaching these, but there is no fun in calling a student into the class that बाबर का बेटा हुमायूं था और हुमायूं का बेटा अकबर था, उसको पढ़ाने में आपने क्या रॉकेट साइंस लगाया? मतलब I am not able to imagine till date why you want to have that student attendance there. When you talk about skills, the curriculum has to be developed in that way that 70% should be experiential learning, rather 30% should be theory. But we are doing the opposite of it. We are having 70% theory and 30% is practical. So what kind of engineers or what kind of technocrats we are producing for the world? When we talk about digital education or digital infrastructure, see, the time has come when even industries are sending their technocrats back to the institutions. We call it go to school, back to school, back to the office, go to school again, come back to the office. Every 3-4 years down the line, industries are getting their leadership trained with IIMs or IITs so that they can have knowledge of the latest technical skills that are being there in the world, as well as industries are roping in with the IITs and IIMs to deliver what is there that the IIMs and IIT students have to be skilled with. The point is that it is high time that industry collaborates with the academic world, and then we can grow as a world leader. Now, how the industry can come and connect with the academy? Again, you need a digital infrastructure. You cannot expect a person working in IBM every now and then come to your institution. In a remote case, 1 or 2 may be able to come, but not every now and then people can come down. Then if you have a digital infrastructure and you have got a good infrastructure for internet facilities as well as smart boards and those IP controlled cameras and all those digital labs out there, then you can really skill the students. For example, if you are to teach a student how a nuclear bomb works, now you cannot explode that bomb and then show him that this is the damage it can cause. You can simulate the same environment on a simulation device and then show and teach that student for better learning. And it is high time that we resort to these technical skills in digital world, and we actually imbibe these skills as professors as well as leaders so that, the education be imparted in a better way. I've got tons of things to speak, and Pankaj is a good friend. He knows I can speak for the entire day. But
Great insight, Dhawan Saab. And it's really know about the work, what you did in the and investments you have made in your previous leadership, previous institution. And I'm sure that these institutions will also get lots of benefits. And as you always recommend that simulations and all, I also heard that visiting Italy and got interviewed for the visa, so best wishes for in that direction also. Next I'm moving to Sukanta Parida ji. And basically, if we across India, if you talk about NEP, people are saying, yeah, we have upgraded our 3 years graduate program to the 4 years graduate program. We have given NEP as a multiple entry and multiple exit. Although for the private institution, the NEP meme, this is multiple entry, multiple exit, is nothing but like a nota in an Indian election system, which has been hidden and known in last 10 years only. This time I heard that many political parties are, encouraging and advertising that nota should be given. My vote is to the nota. Nota means none of the above. Similarly, multiple entry, multiple exit is a boon or curse. I'm not sure for the student, but for the private institution how it will be. We will survive. With this, the question is to you, sir. That how is Centurion University leveraging digital technology to effectively deploy the national education policy NEP, number one, and number two, how you are catering the challenges of student retention also as a director of the admission. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, APAC, for inviting us. The two questions. First, I would like to answer. The digitizations. Yes, the digitizations means the democratization of education. It will reach to the masses. But the digitization cannot replace the physical mode. Physical mode is also required. And we would suggest it should be a hybrid mode. Some part of learning should be through online, and the application part should be offline. Offline means the practice oriented. I would like to tell something about Centurion. We have been a university since last 13 years. We are a university which is practicing NEP since its inception. When I say so, the data shows that yes, we have 35 manufacturing setups inside our campuses, across our campuses, wherein we produce products. The idea here is from ideation to production to commercializations. Anything our student ideate, we make it a product, we ask them to develop a product around, and we make it commercialized. That's how this university is functioning since last 14 years. That is the core value of this university. And we practice skills, and it is a skill integration model in NEP. And second is, sir said, multiple entry and multiple exit, how it will be an issue in student retention? No. If you are providing a quality education, if a student is getting value for its money, if your academics is linked to industry, if you have right education with blended learning and hybrid mode of learning, as well as if you are giving a quality education, people will stay back. They will not go away. Thank you so much.
Great insight. And now, as we are running short of time, I'll take another round with couple of lines only, right? One-liner answer or two-line answers will be appreciated. Starting with you, sir, again. What strategies does your school, your Fostima Business School, to address technology obsolescence and facilities migration from legacy system to modern digital infrastructure? Maybe one or two lines. Please take mine. Please take mine.
We are making it engaging, interesting, and value for money, and they get employed absolutely. When they pass out, they get value for their money. That's it.
That's great. Moving to Lalit, sir. In one or two lines only, how does MERI group of institution overcome challenges related to budgetary shortage in the deployment of digital infrastructure?
As I told you, for us, fortunately for the last 5 years or so, we have never faced some kind of a budgetary shortage, because that is the paramount thing which we believe has to be spent on, the money has to be spent on. But yes, for budgetary shortages, I think the cloud system and taking the software as a service is the easiest and the best advantage of using the digital infrastructure. No need to create a large number of network of computers and other things, except for the statutory requirement of the government, but that is also too much. I think use the cloud as well as the SAR system to increase your digital footprint. And nowadays, a lot of, you see, open software are available, as well as the digital medium, the YouTube and the Google things
So
are
what
available.
the clues I can take, that is our sharing model,
Yes.
which Indians don't believe.
But
Indians need our own water tank, our own generator, our own washing machine. But in the USA, you want the community washing machine is there, community water system is there, community generator is there, which is installed in an entire colony. So Indians are also learning in that direction. Great insight, sir.
Thank you.
Quickly moving to Dhawan Saab again. In a couple of lines only, what strategies does your institute, IMS, to facilitate stakeholder participation and collaboration in the integration of digital infrastructure into the educational ecosystem? In a couple of lines, please.
You just highlighted that I am myself going for simulation training to Italy.
Right.
So we are going to bring in simulations into teaching in near future. And as far as technologically upgradation is concerned, digital infrastructure will be built. I have just recently joined, and probably I have joined it for the same reason. See, the point is, again, I am stressing upon the use of simulations. If an Indian pilot can be trained 60% of his entire training on simulators for, driving an airplane or a fighter jet, why can't we learn few things on simulations? In fact, when I was in last institution, we had Asia's third largest simulation center for medical sciences and nursing, where the nurses were trained to inject injections or certain intravenous medicines over simulators. Simulation is not only done on computers, there are physical simulators also. So the point is that we need to create digital infrastructure, and I will again stress upon that if you actually want to implement new education policy, none of the institutions can hire so many professors. If we've got good infrastructures, we can share those infrastructures across different universities. We can have MOUs, and then the different teachers sitting in the other universities can deliver lectures to the students sitting in your universities, or your students can move to the other universities to learn those skills.
So two outcome what I can get from you, sir, that is what simulations.
Yeah.
That could be part of experiential learning. And second one is a sharing kind of model.
Yeah, and digital infrastructure needs to be built.
Right,
yes.
sir. Thank you very much, sir. Lastly, to Sukanta, sir, again, what kind of practices you are, doing for the empowering the faculty members, and students, and your other non-teaching staff for the implementation of digital infrastructure in your system?
So the regular training, and practices at the campuses, exposure to different softwares, that's what we are doing. And we have been leveraging these digital technologies post-COVID, and I would proudly say, because I had admissions and marketing, so our numbers from, in the year 2019, we used to do 2,600. Today we are at 6,500 kind of numbers. It's because of the use of technologies only. Thank you so much.
Great insights, wonderful panel, and having lots of input ranging from the implementation of NAP to involvement of the digital technologies. We have 1,100 plus universities in India, and if I share you the statistics, you will be wondered that only 15% of the universities are good in adoption of the technologies, good in adoption of the MOOCs. And personally, why I'm saying that, if you heard about the concept Malvi Mission for Teachers Training Programs, which is run by the HRDC, by the central universities, and I personally have trained more than 3,500 teachers, HODs, deans and directors in last 3 months only through the various initiatives taken by Honorable HRDC and the Government of India. And everywhere I found, if I coin a single question, of course, these are, I have taken, 11 numbers of central universities this, for this kind of training program on NEP. So if I write a single line that how many of you have heard that up to 40% of the syllabus can be delivered through MOOC. If you heard it first time, type 1 in the chat box. Otherwise, type OK. Can you imagine the chat box was buzzed with the 1111? So this is the scenario. One side we are talking about the digital technologies to be there. One side we are talking about NEPs to be implemented. It's a third anniversary of the NEP has already gone. And I believe in the similar way, 30th anniversary will be also be celebrated by the politicians and other people. But point what I want to make is that people are not adopting the technologies. Only 15% of universities and institutions are adopting the technology. And you can see the statistics, they are booming, and their admissions, they are growing their business like anything. So technology is very important, and the current scenario is the body and soul. Entire education academic system is a body. The soul is what the technology that we need to be imbibed. But again, it's good to organize such kind of deliberation, discussions, and I really appreciate and congratulate APAC for organizing the 6th series of Global Education and Skill Conclave. Sooner or later, the people will come in the track, and a famous line, कि हौले हौले और धीरे धीरे सब काम होए रे मितवा, धीरे धीरे सब काम होए रे मितवा, माली सींचे 100 घड़ा, जब ऋतु आए तब फल होए, जब ऋतु आए तब फल होए. With this line, thank you very much for joining this session. To all audience, to all the organizer, over to the host.
Thank you for concluding in that Sharana mode. Before we disperse for lunch, I would request Gopi Krishna Arora to hand over a small token of appreciation to each of our panelists. Can we start with Dr. Gurbir Khera? Professor Lalit Aggarwal, Dr. Vikas Dhawan, Sukanta Parida, and our moderator, Sukanta Parida.